Hello, kit heads. We are talking kit, the home of the greatest football shirt content on the whole entire internet and in the world. You should know that by now. It's Wednesday. It's 9:30. It means one thing and one thing only. We are entering the rank bank. Yes, it's time for full kit rankers. We're going to sit down with four other people from the shirt community, football kit community, and go through 10 shirts and rank them and see where we have all placed them and talk about why we love them, why we hate them, all sorts. Let me get rid of these pillows. I don't know why these are. One sec. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, we're going to go through 10 shirts as we always do. And let me tell you, we've got 10 amazing shirts lined up this week on this show. I'm looking forward to it. And it's three new people to the channel and to the show. And three people I've been looking forward to speaking to and talking kit with for a while. So if you are new around here, it's your first time talking kit, be sure to smash a like on the video. And yeah, we finally hit 300 subscribers. It's been a milestone I've been trying to get to for a while. So we are steadily growing. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you just drop a little free subscription to the channel and you get notifications, if you can, of all the great content we are releasing. Let me tell you, we've got some good coming up in the pipeline. So yeah, make sure you are notified about that when that drops. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that's it. And there's no other main rankers here either, I should tell you. No, Josh, he's feeling ill. So yeah, he's having another week off. We've given him some annual leave so he can just get himself better. No, Sean as well. The life of a chef continues to take him away from talking kit. So he's currently at a work event making some sandwiches for people, I guess. I don't know what he cooks. So yeah, it's just me holding down the fort. You may have noticed there's no James. James is no longer with Talking Kit, sadly. So, yeah, we wish him the best in his stand-up and stuff like that. But moving forward, we have a new regular host or panelist or ranker, should I say. Yeah, he's it's good to have him. I'm very happy that he said yes to our proposal. It may have involved a drunk text and voice note from me at 3 a.m. in the morning, crying, begging him to rank me. No, that's not. I'm not gonna. No, we'll move on. Basically, he said yes. He wants to come on and be a regular ranker, which is brilliant for us. He was here last week. He's going to be here every week. It's only bloody Kit Kingdom Dom. Hey, mate.
He's there.
He's there. If we get 100 likes on this video, I'll play the voice note that I sent you.
Well, I'll like it 100 times. Then it's fine.
Oh, wow, I love that. How are you doing? Are you good?
All good. Yeah. Look, honoured to have been asked to be a regular panelist, having been a fan of the show and previous guest. Mate, so looking forward to involving more of the community, getting some more people on as well, reaching out to a few other people and contributing to the channel moving forward as well. So thank you.
Oh, mate, let me tell you, I don't do as much work as what you've been doing the last couple of days. You put me to shame. I've had to step up my game a little bit. No, mate, I mean, it's, he's the first episode. You was on last week's episode as well. Mate, I'm just buzzing that you want to be a part of it. It's always nice when people say nice things about what we're doing. So, no, yeah, I love it, mate. And I'm happy that you're going to be on the regular. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Let's get ranking.
Yeah, let's get ranking. A few comments before we get this week's panel on and we tell you what we're ranking. Our biggest fan, I'm going to say, is the number one fan for Talking Kit. Jackson's Jerseys, evening rankers. Good evening, sir. I hope you are well. I'm looking forward to the show. Jamie Pearson as well, another fan of the show. Big show again ahead. Let's get ranking, lads. We are going to, let me tell you, we are going to rank your little head off, mate. No danger about that. And obviously, Lord Chat Shirt, sending love from Chat Shirt. I'm literally about to fall asleep listening to you, sexy beast. I promise I'll listen properly on my way to it. Hey, mate, it's fine. You listen when you can listen. There's no pressure from us. Just make sure you smash a like while you're here. You might as well. That's, it always helps. So, yeah, if you've got any comments tonight, make sure you get involved. The chat last week was absolutely popping. It was really, really good. Really helped. I love it when they get involved with the shirts and what they like, what they don't like. It makes our rankings sometimes look silly. Or maybe they just justify that the shirt was terrible or nice, whichever way you look at it. Right, let's get into this week's guests. I'm excited to get them all on and have a little chat and have a little ranking with them. So the first one, we're talking off air then, it's someone I've tried to get on this channel for a little bit. Do you know you have a man crush on someone? But I mean, not like physically. I just mean in the content he creates. I feel like I'm going to go really too deep with this now. Basically, again, I say this every week, and it should. If we do some merch for this show, this is going to be on a mug or a T-shirt. And genuinely, he's one of my favorite people from the community. I'm not even lying about that. Some say he has the greatest hair in the kit community as well. I may be one of them people. I may champion that. And he's just an all-round, seems like an absolutely amazing guy. I'm really happy that he's finally come on to Talking Kit and Full Kit Rankers. You may know him as Fresh Shirts UK. Other people may know him as Zekey or Zeke, and he's here tonight. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
I'm glad you've not just left the stream there with my bit over exuberance of you on the channel.
Yeah, I almost did.
Oh yeah, no. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, that's amazing. So I mean, thank you for joining us. It's been a little while trying to get you on.
Yes, it has. Sorry.
Worth the wait.
100% worth the wait. So yeah, I'm glad you're here, mate, and yeah, I'm looking forward to ranking with you this evening on these 10 shirts.
Me too. Yes, I am.
Brilliant. Okay, so we'll get our next guest on, and again, another massive account on in the Twitter, Instagram football shirt community. Love their content they're doing on Instagram and stuff like that. Some of the shirts they have are amazing. Looking in the background of his, I can see his little picture down here. There's some of the shirts today. I'm gonna have to ask him about some of them because they look absolutely outstanding. We'll get him straight on. I'm not gonna keep chatting. It is Luke from Kit Launch. Good evening,
Hello,
pal.
How are you?
Okay?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. The pleasure is all ours. Let me tell you. I mean, just looking there, mate. Some of them shirts are absolutely stunning.
AC Milan, 1989. It's not a bad shirt.
No, I think it's close to the one we were ranking last week, wasn't it?
Yes.
On our episode last week. So I've spotted that straight away. But how are you? How's everything going? It looks like it's going well.
Brilliant. Good as always. The business is flying at the moment, so no complaints at all. Still going well. And I said I'd represent the Irish well tonight with a 1988 shirt. I said, why not?
Good lad.
Doing it well. If you're going to do it, you got to do it proper. That's what I say,
Exactly.
Luke. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm really happy that you want to be part of the show. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, lads.
No, anytime. Absolutely anytime. Okay, and our last guest for this evening, again, someone in the kit community, well known to a lot of people, and yeah, he's a great collector and someone just expanding our universe within Talking Kit and getting more people in that share this love that we have for football shirts. It's always nice to get newer people on that you may know, you may not know. That's the whole point of it, and giving these people that sort of platform to tell their stories and that, show their passion for football shirts, which we do as well. Again, someone I really follow on Instagram more than Twitter. But again, I really enjoy his content. It's Alex Shaw. Good evening, sir. Oh, great
Good
timing.
evening.
I think you take the swing.
Right,
I love that. How are we doing, mate? Are we okay?
I'm good, thank you. Very good. Nice to be presenting a Yorkshire accent to dilute some of the Mancunianness that's going on here. So don't look upon me too badly. But no, it's great to be here. Lovely to share the evening with some of you legends. So I'm really, really happy to be here. Thank you for the invite. I'm looking forward to having a good old rank.
Yes. So are we. This is what we do every Wednesday. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. So yeah, let's get into this week's theme and what we are ranking. So I thought there was a few popping in my head, and I thought, you know what, we've not sort of done promoted teams or relegated teams. Didn't want to do relegated because I didn't want to hurt Zeke's feelings. Obviously, Norwich getting relegated from the Premier League, so I thought I'll stay away from that.
They'd have quite clearly had the top one.
100%. They would have.
Yeah.
They would have won. It wouldn't have been close. It would have been another full house, I think. Yeah, but I thought, well, let's go for the promoted team. So to get 10, I've had to leave the teams promoted from the National League into League Two, unfortunately, which is pretty good, actually, because Sean's not here. And if I'd have done it when Sean was here, he may have cried, and that's just unfair being a Stockport fan. So obviously, it's the teams promoted from League Two to League One to the Championship, and Championship to the Premier League, which gives us 10 shirts. So I've gone for the away shirts as well, just to mix up a little bit, as you get some wacky sort of shirts, some different patterns, colours, and sometimes disasters that you probably might see. And some of the rankers might tell you when we go through all the shirts that we're going to see this evening. So before we get into it, I like to always ask the rankers, how did everyone find ranking them? Was it easy? Was it a bit of a dilemma in some cases, or
tough week?
was there some that stood out more than that?
Week.
Yeah,
That wasn't easy at all. No, there were some great shirts inside there, and some I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, it was quite tricky to give the bottom three their due, to be honest. For me. there was a bottom three, and it was take your pick. But no, there was a bottom one that stood out. But it was quite, the middle, sorting out the pack in the middle was tough. But it was, I'm intrigued to see what everybody else thinks. Really am.
Yeah,
that's the best bit.
It's the whole show.
Yeah.
Zekey, what about you? I know there was from your notes, I could tell there was some you may not have been keen on.
Yeah, I found the first two very easy, and then the next lot sort of merged into one. It was quite hard to then pick the order of them. The bottom three were quite nailed on, I think. But then other than that, it was, very, very hard.
Yeah. And obviously, for anyone who doesn't know the premise, so obviously we've all scored these shirts individually from our favourite number 1 to Lee's favourite number 10. And obviously, each ranking has a point. So 10 points for your number 1 shirt and 1 point for your number 10 shirt. And then get everyone's scores in. And then it gives us our final table. I'll be honest, I think I know what the bottom 3 were that some of you mentioned. I think they have ended up being the bottom 3. Like last week was a bit different. I think they were all quite bunched together. There was no sort of gaps between bottom and top. It was quite close. I think this week it's kind of followed the pattern that we normally get, where there's some clear losers. And well, I'm going to say there's one clear winner this week. I'll tell you, it was 3 points away from getting a full house. It was very, very close and very well loved. So, it'll be interesting to see what that is. And we will get into it very, very shortly. So, we will get into it. The 10 shirts from the English promoted clubs that are in the leagues this season, so 22-23. Let's kick it all off then. So, number 10 on our list with a score of 10. So, not very well liked within the 5 of us. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna start mixing up a little bit. Does anyone want to guess what the bottom shirt was? Can anyone have a guess?
Wigan.
Sunderland.
It's got to be Sunderland. It's got to be.
Well, it was this with 10 points. Our last shirt this evening. It is the Sunderland away shirt, obviously promoted to the Championship, sponsored by Nike. And was that Burnley's sponsor last season when it's Spread X? God knows what that means. Not very well liked. 9th on my list. It's not even the template, is it? It's not even the template that everyone hates. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just a really bad template. And I think
teamwear.
Well, yeah, it's teamwear.
It doesn't even get to be called a template. This.
That's that you spot on. And I feel like I've seen this Sunderland away shirt about 50 million times. It just looks just like a standard one for me.
On a park pitch somewhere near you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on a Sunday morning, yeah. Pissed up 50 or hungover 50-year-olds all playing some Sunday League football wearing this. Let's go through our panel then. They're the ones that matter, not my opinion, as always. So 2 of you had it dead last. I probably will save you because I think you may have the better take on it. So in 8th place, we'll start with you, Zeke. So it wasn't the worst shirt you had in your list, but still, you may have felt it wasn't that great in terms of the 10 that we gave you.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's just a training shirt. I like the sleeves, but would like it a lot more if it was over the whole thing rather than just on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And the sponsor, not keen on that either. I can't really make out whether it's like a minty blue or just a light blue, but I'm not keen on the color either. But yeah, I think without the sleeves, this one goes bottom. But I like the sleeves, and that's probably it.
At least you like something, I guess. That's something. Luke, you had a similar place to Zeke in that you had it 8th as well. Just share similar feelings in regards to the shirt in general.
Yeah, so I like Sunderland shirts generally, and I suppose I've liked them for a number of years since Roy Keane was their manager. That was it's always been, they've had the light blue shirts since around that time as well. So I've taken an interest in their shirts. This year, it's not amazing. Like Zekey said, the sleeves are very nice, and it would have been nice if they actually carried that through and maybe brought it into the middle of the shirt somewhere, like the kind of Burnley style shirt this season. That really would have shaken it up a small bit. But really, it is more of a training shirt or a pre-match shirt than anything else. It's a bit too plain. I didn't put it dead last just for the sole reason that I like him because of Roy Keane. That's why I put him 8th. But that's all.
I mean that's a good reason as any, I guess, mate. As long as you're not a Niall Quinn fan, that's okay. Being a big Man United fan, but we'll move on quickly. Okay, so bottom of the list for Alex and Dom. We'll come to you first, Alex. Get your opinion. Why for you is this the worst of the promoted clubs that we saw?
It is just as Dom heartily agrees. It's just teamwear. It just looks like they've gone to a catalogue and said, "Yeah, we'll have that one. Can you stick the badge on it? There's the sponsor," which is one of the least imaginative sponsors you could ever want to put on. And I know I presume it's a betting sponsor of some form. And there's just nothing then that they haven't even got a jacquard in the fabric or a design or something. It's just a light blue shirt with some slightly funky sleeves. And I think with the rest of the kit, there's nothing to it. Just nothing at all that makes you think, wow. Nah, just very basic.
Okay, no problem.
There's no piping, there's no trim, there's no different colour bands on sleeves, there's nothing, no side panel that I can see, no contrast collar, nothing. It's just wishy-washy teamwear tripe.
Yeah. So in football terms, it's like Harry Maguire's defending skills, very, very basic, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like Trent's defending.
Okay, I mean, there's some great opinions on this shirt. Obviously, not very liked by the panel, as you can tell. Coming last, no Sean this week, obviously, so no night out rating. So what I thought I'd do, let's mix it up a little bit. And as we got, I would say, one of the greatest football shirt photographers within the community on our panel tonight. It'd be silly for me not to ask him to give us his photogenic rating on each shirt this evening. And as Dom kindly would like him, where he would picture taking one of his beautiful photos of the shirt. So yeah, let's start out with what score you'd give it, Zekey.
I think probably a 2.
Okay.
And in terms of where I would photograph it, the sleeves yeah. I mean, the sleeves sort of look like the Norway shirt a little bit, which I've got this way, but it's so it sort of looks icy, maybe in a bowl of ice. Yeah, I don't think I would be heading out trying to make that look nice. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely fair.
Zekey, if you like the sleeves, and obviously we saw on the in play picture, it just kind of ends up looking like a murky white or like a lighter blue anyway on the sleeves. Yeah. But yeah, that pattern, as you and Luke actually like the pattern on the sleeves, have a look at Hertha Berlin's home shirt from last season. It's the exact same pattern, and that goes all the way across the shirt. And it, like you both pointed out, it does work a lot better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'll have to check. I've not got a picture of that. Sorry, guys. You have to Google yourself, I'm afraid. Shout out to Dems Kits Arnold. Hi, guys. Thank you for locking in. And Jackson's jersey's been on. He said he can't stand this. Pompey using the same template for home shirt this year. Just a darker shade of blue. Lazy Nike. Team wear. Rubbish. Don't hold back, Jackson. Do not hold back, mate. So there we go. Well, we've talked enough on this one, haven't we? Yeah, there's number 10 on our list. 10 points overall. Sunderland away shirt from this season. Let's move on to number 9 then. Number 9, 13 points overall. Again, one not massively liked by our panel, and it's this heading up to the northwest. It's Wigan's away shirt. Yeah, 13 points. 10 for my list. Yeah. Even Sunderland's not bad as this. For me, personally. I want to go to Dom next, because Dom... Can anyone on the panel guess where Dom put this shirt on his list?
Surely not high.
3rd.
No.
You're very close. You're very close. Dom had this 4th on his list overall.
Yes.
Explain yourself, Dom, please, to the panel.
I'm ashamed.
Well, obviously, I don't want any spoilers, but there's a common theme with how high up I've placed a few of these shirts. And nostalgia is always a big thing with me, and shirts that hark back to a particular point, like a particular event, for example, as this does, I think it are always a nice little nod. So it's for this, I think it's more that looking at Wigan and where they are now, naturally, 10 years on, they're going to want to think about better times. We're not that far off that being United fans, Aaron. So look, I can't beat anyone else up about it when we're going to have to do it at some point. And this is there was, I think, the manufacturer for the 2012-13 away shirt was a company called MyFit, and Wigan had won the FA Cup against City in a black and yellow shirt, which had a honeycomb pattern on it, albeit a lot smaller than this. And it's just it's like a carbon copy, but a bit more loud and proud. And yeah, I just think it's simple. The sponsor works really well. The color matching and the fact that it harks back to a better time, I can't knock them for it. So if I was a Wigan fan, I'd be dead happy to wear something that reminded me of better times, as this does, and the fact that he's got like an award-winning charity as a sponsor as opposed to a betting company. So it gets plus points for that for me.
You've argued quite well, actually.
Yeah. Can we do
If you see the shirt it's based on as well, you'll see where I'm going with it. It's a nice touch, I think. So I imagine it'd be really easy as well to figure out where you're going to photograph it as well, Zekey. But just be careful around all them bees.
Yeah.
You made us look all foolish there, Dom. Thank you very much for that. We'll go to you. Who should we go to? Let's go to you, Alex, because it was 9th on your list. You only had Sunderland lower. Has Dom changed your mind in any way on this shirt, or do you still feel the same?
Yeah, I've just got visions of Ben Thatcher now for some reason. Matches his hair. But do you know what? I don't want to spoil anyone's thunder about talking about other shirts, but the black shirt with uniformly coloured accents, badges, sponsors, etc. You feel like you've seen it before. It looked this shirt, a Puma honeycomb shirt. It looks like they took the pattern from like an old City keeper's shirt and just changed the colour, and have used it again. But I just had in my head, because I'll refer to another shirt I'll talk about later on. But it looked like a City, like a Puma keeper shirt from a season or two ago, might be last year. Just that honeycomb just smacked to that, and it looks like somebody's recycled that design and used it in a different colour. That's why I didn't like it. But we've all got our reasons.
Yeah, of course. Luke, you had this dead last.
Yeah.
Why for you was it the worst of the ones we saw?
When I first seen it, it just reminded me of one of those kind of M&M Direct Puma templates that often come out. You know, those kind of FC Amsterdam shirts that you'd see for about £15. It reminded me of that straight away. But then now that Dom started mentioning the FA Cup, you know, with Ben Watson scoring the winner and everything in 2013, that kind of does bring back a bit of memory. I would put it higher on the list just for that nostalgic reason. But back to my original point, it's just too much of a kind of Puma template vibe to it. Not much creation, not much design got into it, really. I know that the honeycomb is there, but, you know, it does look like one of those FC Paris or FC Amsterdam Sports Direct and M&M Direct T-shirts. So that's on pure design, it's definitely dead last for me.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. Zekey, we'll finish off for you. 9 for you. Can you see why Wigan fans might be buzzing with this shirt, though? I'm not even going to apologise. Not even going to apologise.
That was disgusting.
Behave.
I would probably put this up higher now. Dom's obviously researched into this a lot, so play. But I think this is one again where the sleeves don't match the main body of it. I would say if it was on the sleeves as well, then it would probably go a bit higher. I like the sponsor, and I like the yellow, obviously, as I would. And I now don't really know why I've put it so low. Because it is actually quite nice. But yeah,
flip flop.
Yeah, I feel like the reason it is low is because of the sleeves not matching the main.
In fairness, the kit that it's based on, again, just the body panel was with the honeycomb, sleeves didn't have it, so they're being true to that nostalgic element. Can't fault them for that.
No, you can't really, can you?
Well, there we go. So, well, there we go. Our first flip flop of the evening. Photogenic rating, Zekey, for this one.
I'm going to say a 5.
A 5. That's middle of the road. And obviously, apart from the obvious answer of a beehive, anywhere else you would take a picture of this? The Honey Island Sainsbury's? I don't know. Anywhere like that?
It would need to be a yellow background, but I'm not sure where you're really going to find that.
No.
Personally, yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to find that a bit hard to decide where these are meant to be photographed, because
blame Dom for that. He's threw that on you. That's not me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, don't worry about it. That's fine. There we go. So there's the Wigan Athletic away shirt for this season, obviously back in the Championship as well as Sunderland. 13 points overall on our list, decided by our panel. Let's go on then to number 8. 18 points.
Before you do, sorry, can I just apologise to Ben Watson for calling him Ben Thatcher? Is that all right?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
sorry, Ben. If you, I know you're watching, so yeah, sorry about that.
He did text me calling you a cheeky mother,
sorry,
but I said, yeah, leave. It's fine. It's it's live. Don't worry about it.
Ben Thatcher, be well chuffed. All right.
Getting a mention. No one's talked about him for about 10, 15 years, have they? So let's move on then. Number 8 on the list, 18 points overall. And I think it's the third of the 3 that everyone may have thought were in the bottom 3. And it's this. It's the Exeter City away shirt from Joma. Yeah, 8th on my list. So I've got this one bang on this week. Carpet right in it. That's all I can say about that one, to be fair. Let's get into the panel and find out where they've put everything. Let's start with you, Luke, on this one. You had this 6 on your list.
Yeah, I'd put it middle of the park, really. I liked the pink
Yeah.
theme to it, and I liked the design down the bottom. It's a bit, electronic-y, kind of vibey, festival vibes. I don't know. It's nice, though. I do like the pink colour theme throughout it.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a Joma shirt as much as they do cause controversy. I do like a Joma shirt.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that pattern is very Tron. I have to say that. Anyone who's seen Tron before. Zekey, you had it 6 as well, mate. Again, are you a big fan of the pattern within the shirt?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I always like the pink ones anyway. I think without that weird pattern, it would be awful, really bad. But that does sort of bring it up a bit. And yeah, as I mentioned, I've always got a bit of a thing for pink shirts anyway. So yeah, but that is odd. It almost makes it look like it's doing something, like it's moving.
Yeah, 3D.
Especially if you've got a belly underneath there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be.
Anyone remember those magic eyes you used to get in the back of the football sticker books, and you had to pull it away and cross your eyes? That's what it reminds me of.
What's the illusion?
Yeah, that's it. You'll also be happy. It's also got a little bit on the shoulder, on the sleeves there, Zeke. So
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah, see,
that's nice. Nice.
So I'm on sleeve watch for you now, mate, to make sure the sleeves are up. So obviously your high standards, because the shirt you got on has obviously got amazing sleeves. So we have to make sure
as well.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah. Right, calm down, Don. Oh, that was... okay, so Don, we'll come to you then next on this one. Because you had it 9th overall.
Yeah,
so
mate.
it was carpet wrong for you.
Absolutely. The fact that they did, I think I'd seen that they did the launch at a local carpet ride as well.
No, they didn't.
So you can just imagine some family and some unsuspecting family going down there to get like a shag pile rug, rocking up and being part of that. But yeah, it's just, I think there's obviously instances of people using a darker base and then a vibrant pink like that, such as like Forest last year with their away, I think. But yeah, I think the pattern itself, it reminds me of like an old PlayStation 2 loading screen, where you'd like wake up all hazy at like 4 a.m, having just come off Pro Evo, and be like, oh shit, I should turn this off. And it's just and the fact that Zekey said it's moving is now playing tricks on my eyes, and I'm going fucking dizzy. So I can't look at it for too long. I like the fact that the badge has been incorporated with the colorway as well. I think that's a nice touch, and the fact that the pattern's on the sleeves as well. But other than that, yeah, it looks a bit dated for me. So yeah, I couldn't really put it any higher over the other ones.
You just reminded me that pattern is very Windows 98. The screensaver, isn't it? Very Windows 98. Maybe that's where they found this shirt from. Who knows? I didn't know Carpet Right was still going, to be fair. Alex, we'll finish off for you on this one. 8 for you. So you've got it spot on in your ranking. Anything really to add on the shirt? Did you like it at all? Was there anything that really stood out that you might have liked, apart from the Windows 98?
I like that, as has been said already. I like if you're going to tie in all your accents with the same colour, then go for it. And they've done really well. 2 things: they could have just lifted that wave pattern further up and had more of it, and it would have just been more less of the drab kind of dark shirt, just more of the pattern. Just keep it going. And if they could have changed the Carpet Right tick to a pink one, and I go into this on another shirt further on about my beef with sponsors and rigidness over colour. I think it would have just more colour further up, so you've got more of the wave going on, definitely, and a change of tick. And I think you've got one that would have easily made top half. Right, and I love a pink shirt as well, so it wins for me on that colour. Just more of it, please.
Yes, Joma, more of it, please. Zekey will finish off with your photogenic rating.
So I'm gonna. This is the highest yet, I think. So I think this would be a 4.
A 4.
Yeah, I would be not. Yeah. Wait, which one's high?
Yeah.
10's high.
4 is a good. 4 is a good score.
Right. So I went 5 for the last one. So I'm going to go 6.
Okay.
And I would be intrigued to see what I could do with that bottom weird wavy thing. Yeah.
You got to be at like a rave or something. Or if you could light up the bull ring in Birmingham, the outside of that looks like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, got to be something vibrant, hasn't it?
No, it does. Yeah.
Just not a carpet right. That's how I'd say. There we go then. Exeter City's away shirt. Getting promoted into League One for this season. I don't know if you've listened to it, but My New Football Club with David Earl and Joe Wilkinson podcast about David Earl supporting or moving to Exeter and then supporting them. It's a great podcast, so make sure you go listen to it after you've watched this, obviously. But yeah, there we go. Exeter City, 8th on our list, 18 points overall. Right, let's get into number 7. And it jumps up a little bit now in terms of score. 26 points overall this shirt got. And your eyes aren't deceiving you. We're not going to Germany. We are going to Rotherham. And this is their shirt. It does look a lot like a Dortmund shirt, but it's come 7th on our list. 6 for me. I like it, even if it is a bit of a Dortmund rip-off. I like the sponsor works really well, and they'll probably get mentioned. The badge suiting the shirt again is something that works well for me. Not so much for Luke, though. We'll start with you because you had it 9th on your list, mate.
I put it 9th,
what was it? Was it the Dortmund stuff that threw you, or
I don't know. Like I think it was trying too hard. I think, in my opinion, there's a bit too much of it going on. I think it's trying to be something else that it's not. Like, it's not a Dortmund shirt, and I don't think Rotherham should try copy Dortmund either. Hindsight, I think I might have put it higher, considering Chidozie Ogbene, the Irish player, is playing with them. Realistically, I should have just said, look, if I had an Ogbene shirt, that would go straight up my list. So if you turned it around and Ogbene was on the back, it'd probably be number 2. But no, I think, like I was saying, I think it is a really nice shirt, don't get me wrong, but I think it's just trying a bit too hard with the design.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I got to say, I love this bias as well. This is absolutely amazing for me. I'm a big fan of it. More Irish bias for me.
It's not too obvious, is it?
No, not at all. It's hardly noticeable. Okay. Someone who did like it was Zekey. You had it 4th on your list, mate. Yeah, what was it about this that drew your eye?
Yeah, I like that it looks like it's a Dortmund shirt, really. And I think this is the one time where I think the sleeves don't need to have the that detail on. I think it's nicer like this because then if it was on the sleeves, it would then be too much. But it's not on the back of the shirt, I don't think, is it? Which puts me off a bit. But I think a lot of the modern ones are like that because they obviously like to have the names on the back and you know, that sort of thing. But I think it's not too much, in my opinion, and I like that it's yellow and black. Yeah, and because obviously the collar has a bit of black and yellow, and I think the cuffs do as well. So that is quite good as well. But yeah, a nice shirt.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, mate. Alex,
it's all right.
Not a lot better. Yeah, you had 7th on your list, mate.
Yeah, it could have come 7th. It could have come 5th. It was one of those that for me was just difficult to split. It's a nice shirt. It's a bit Dortmund-esque, but fair play. If you're going to try and imitate someone, then go for the best. The badge is done well, and they managed to incorporate a sponsor that still stands out from a that sort of background without having to stick a big ugly block on it. I think it's pretty well done, and as it's been said before, the cuffs and the collar look really nice. So it's a nice shirt. It's just a nice. It's all right. I don't find it offensive in any way, shape, or form, and it could have very easily come 5th for me. It just on the day came 7th. So yeah, if I was a Rotherham fan, I'd be pleased with that.
Yeah, and Dom, finish off for you. 3rd for you.
Yeah, again that theme of nostalgia. So this is a modern take on the 93, 94 away. That again, a lot of Rotherham fans from back then or since that have seen it would be pleased to see. So the original shirt was a match winner shirt with again a similar design, but the badge really works for me, as does as Al had mentioned the collar and cuffs as well. But I think any shirt that is a tasteful nod to a shirt from the 90s, particularly early to mid 90s, you're gonna get Larry, you're gonna get loud. And I think, for change shirts, that's absolutely fine. Have a field day with it, play about with it, and make the most of it. So yeah, as Viking football YouTuber said, feels like a whole shirt, as we've seen. But yeah, there's reason for that. So yeah, they've had plenty in the bank to play with. So yeah, let them have a bit of fun.
Yeah, no, that's fair, mate. I didn't know that about the sort of throwback to the 90s, but now you've mentioned it, that looks like a very 90s pattern, doesn't it? You could just imagine that very garish, sort of loud, very baggy, heavy material in a 90s shirt, most definitely. Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, like I say, it was 6 on my list. I'm a fan. So yeah, there we go. Rotherham United, their away shirt for this season, 26 points on our list. We'll go into number 6 and just beating it by 2 points. And I think this may split the room a little bit in terms of where it's placed and the scores it was given. It is this. It's the Premier League's new boys. It's a Macron shirt. It's Nottingham Forest with their away shirt. 7th on my list. I like Macron shirts. Probably me, and I think the sleeves are nice. There's just too much space with nothing there. It just looks like it looks odd. No sponsor, at least do something with all that space rather than have a blank shirt. For me, I'm going to leave you last, Dom, for reasons we will come to. Let's start with you, Alex, on this one. You had it 2nd on your list, mate.
I did.
Yeah, tell us the reason why it placed so high.
And if I wasn't a bitter and twisted Huddersfield Town fan, it might have come even higher. I've got a neighbour over the road who is a Forest fan, and he's screaming blue murder about the fact that Marinakis has held out for sponsorship on the sleeves and the front, and basically saying, well, there's not going to be any season left to sponsor at this rate. So I don't know when anything will appear, but any shirt, for instance, any shirt that incorporates local architecture, features, history, whatever it may be, into its design is a winner for me. I do wish that they'd done something with the front, made it more of a pattern or something, but that, probably on the bits of research I've done, I believe that is some of the architecture of the bridge that crosses the Trent River that's near the ground. So I really like it. I bought the special edition York City shirt that has all like the Minster designs in it, and it just reminded me of that kind of vibe. Nice little bit on the collar. And I think the picture of the full kit that you've got, I think it just works really well as a kit. I just think it's a nice shade of blue, nice shade of yellow. I just think I don't want to sound, as an ensemble, as you would say. I think it's just a really nice kit altogether. And with it, I like a sponsor to make a kit, unless you're trying to deliberately have a retro version. And I think with a decent sponsor on it, just if you could tone it into the blue, I think that would be an absolute winner for me. Just really like it.
Yeah. No,
unlike the home shirt, which is one of the most plain awful things I've seen for a while, but never mind.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Luke, we'll come to you. 7th on your list. Again, So it's similar to me in terms of that. Alex mentioned obviously the sleeves being sort of the big draw for you. Do you feel like they missed a trick? Maybe not having something as well in the main body of the shirt?
Definitely, yeah. I actually think myself that what Forest could have done is throw it completely back to the 90s and have a central crest there. I know it goes against Macron and what they do. I don't think they've done that before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a centralized crest with the open shirt would look really nice on this without a sponsor if that's what they're going for. There's massive potential with this shirt. The graphic design is amazing on the sleeves and on the collar as well. So I think they kind of missed a trick here, leaving such wide open space like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. If we continue on that, Zekey, I know you put it dead last on your list, mate. Do you think, we spoke about that Exeter shirt with that sort of pattern down the bottom of it? Do you think if they'd done something similar with the pattern on the sleeves, it may have worked a little bit better, or even a sublimated version of that pattern if it had been the same colour as the shirt? Do you think, the design could have been so much better with this shirt?
Yeah, I think, there's just nothing on that main body, and it just makes the sleeves sort of look like they're not meant to actually be there. I think, as it's already been mentioned, it could be really good, but it's just too plain on the front. And I feel like if they also did the pattern on the hem as well, maybe that would work. Or sort of do a ombre style upwards. So like if you gradually sort of made it lighter and lighter, that might look quite nice. Yeah, it's just odd. It just doesn't look right. There's something there that is not right, and it needs either a sponsor or a bit more in the middle.
Yeah, no, I agree. We'll finish off you, Dom. Also, as well, just looking at it like this again, it looks like it's something a county cricketer would wear. It's like a white, the vest he wears and a shirt underneath, sort of thing. Me, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Dom, would you like to tell everyone where you place this shirt?
This is straight up top of the pack for me. I've got a lot of time for it. I've got a lot of time for sponsorless shirts, just because I've fallen out of love with most sponsors, given who they are and what they represent nowadays. But yeah, I think obviously as Al had said, the ironworks from the Trent Bridge, I think kind of look like a stained glass, like you would see in the York Minster as well, and the architecture around that. I think it's a really nice touch on the collar as well. And what you can't see from both of those pictures is that there is a panel down each side as well, which the pattern continues on. So as Zekey says, it feels like they're a little out of juxtaposition, but when you see it from side profile, which I've just sent you a picture of it, Aaron, it does look a lot better. But naturally, a sponsor would be great, but it would have to be the right sponsor. It'd have to be a sponsor that was willing to allow, as Al said, the colorway to match the actual shirt and the graphic within it. But Forest have had some early 80s shirts that had like yellow and blue, which at that point they had cracking sponsors. They had like Panasonic, Wrangler, Skol Lager. Any of them would have been, so that if you can see on there, the side panel looks a lot better, and it does complement the sleeves as well. So it kind of has that continuation down either side, which I think can't be seen from here. But I think I really like the colorway. I really like, I think someone had mentioned last week, blue and yellow or yellow and blue it's underutilized as a colorway in football, particularly in English football. So I think I genuinely couldn't fault it. It could only be better for me if it had the right sponsor on there.
Oh, Dom, look, it's on the hem and the side of the shirt as well.
Yeah, and it kind of matches the width on the collar as well. So that's again, it's a really nice touch. Yeah.
Quick question, guys.
Yeah.
Do you know, with the long sleeve version of that shirt, does the design carry the whole way down?
I've not seen a long sleeve version of it.
Yeah.
But
I reckon
I'd love to. If it did have it all the way down, then yeah.
That could be a game changer.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think we're all changing our minds now, aren't we? I think some of us are thinking, maybe we've been a bit harsh for this shit and could have gone a little bit higher. Well, it's finished. It's finished 6. So it's not, it's not that bad of a score. It's quite respectable. So yeah, 6 on our list, 28 points. The Nottingham Forest away shirt. Let's be honest, they're not finishing 6th this season in the Premier League. Not a chance in hell.
The basement boys. Zekey as well. If that was green instead of blue, and that was a Norwich shirt, using some local architecture, you'd be all over it.
Absolutely lovely. It would be amazing.
Yeah, sadly it's not though. It's Forest, but there we go. Let's move on to number 5 on our list. 29 points, only beating it by a point overall, and yeah, another Premier League team promoted this season. Bournemouth with a very tropical looking effort from Umbro. I put this 4th on my list. I'm a fan. I think it's outstanding. It looks great. Umbro doing great work again for me. We'll start. Who can we start with? Let's start with you, Zekey, on this one. 7th on your list, I believe. Yeah. What was it you liked and didn't like so much about the Bournemouth shirt?
Well, let's start off with the sponsor is awful. Norwich had that for a season or two, and it's just awful. As a whole, the palm trees, I think, look really tacky. I know that's probably quite controversial because a lot of people like this, and I was expecting to, but it's just not really my sort of thing, and I can't tell whether I like the purple and teal combination, but they've obviously incorporated it into the badge as well, which is nice. But yeah, I just think it looks a bit tacky, sort of like a Hawaiian shirt, sort of thing. It's not really
like a stag do shirt.
Yeah, I think so.
Shit shirt night. Everyone's got this on. Yeah. Well, everyone knows Bournemouth is twin with Hawaii. Zekey, you should know this.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
yeah. Luke, we'll come to you. You had this 4th as well, mate, as well as me. So, yeah, what was it you liked about it? Are you a fan of the tacky palm trees, as Zekey kindly put it?
I wouldn't say they're tacky. I do like palm trees. I do like the design. And do you know what, Zekey? I think this is actually one that you'd probably photograph as well. This is pure.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is absolute content for you at the end of the season. But it is like, you can see there's potential there for a great photo there, really. But I do like it, and I do like a purple shirt. I do feel like it's a shirt that Bournemouth probably could have worn 4 years in a row, and I wouldn't have known the difference. But I still like it at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, Bob on, mate. Bob on. Let's go with you then, Dom, on this one. You had it 5th, middle of the pack.
Yeah,
it's a nice shirt, I guess.
Mate, yeah, there's bits to like about it, there's bits to dislike. First off, the sponsor, as Zekey says, but in Bournemouth and Umbro's defence, you can buy it sponsorless from the club shop. So yeah, I think that's always a good thing. I think it looks great on pitch as well. But on the original picture that you'd send, it just reminds me of like a wetsuit, like a garish wetsuit if you go on holiday and you go doing some like water sports and they give you something that you have to like rent and you're like, I'm not putting that on. So yeah, but I think the colours as well, I just think are brilliantly named. In the purple is jacaranda and the rest of it's Baja blue, and obviously they'd had like a pastely coloured away shirt last season, which was really nice as well, and the sponsor was better on that as well. But I think the like pastely Miami kind of colours, they've obviously done well off that one last season and thought, you know what, let's go again. I think there's parts of it that do work really well, but yeah, I think the wetsuit with the like raglan sleeves and the kind of tall neck on it, I just, I couldn't imagine not wanting to just jump in the sea in it, to be fair. But yeah, I think there's plenty to like about it, but there's enough to dislike as well.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. I think it's a toss-up between this and the Spurs away shirt. Which one you're going to scuba dive in first, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll finish off with you then, Alex. And you had this 6, again, sort of middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Just one of those where you sort of placed it, just could have gone anywhere.
Could have one of them interchangeable. It was all right. I mean, it's Bournemouth. It's by the sea. It's got a by the sea vibe. I think it's probably for me looks more with the complementing badge. It's more. It looks more of a third shirt for me in terms of. I just think it's got third shirt vibes. I think they did one. Was it season before last? Where they're that kind of more like by the sea, like sea waves, foam, like more of a turquoisey colour one. Yeah, it looks like more continuing that theme. Just if I was a player, although the match footage one looks far different, that collar would annoy the hell out of me being that high. I can imagine a few being cut. See, that looks better. The one, looks lower now, but the one on the other one looks like you say, it's like some sort of rash vest you'd put on. That looks. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If only I'd say third shirt material, have something a bit more traditional in the middle and have that as your third shirt, but it's all right. It's all right. I like it. It's by the sea. It's seaside vibes with your jacaranda purple. Go for it.
We'll come back to you, Zekey. Photogenic rating on this one?
Yeah. As Luke mentioned, I think that would be quite interesting to try and get pictures of. I think I would give this a 2, but I wouldn't want to wear it because, as Don mentioned, it looks like it's going to be quite skin tight and like stretchy. So I would say a 2. No, okay. I've just gone the wrong way again, haven't I? 8.
8 or 9. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. There we go then. Bournemouth's away shirt for this season back in the Premier League. 29 points on our list, finishing in 5th. 4th on our list then, and it's the 3rd Premier League team to be promoted this season with their away shirt, and it's Fulham, and the West London club back in the Premier League with their Adidas away shirt. Sponsor aside, I think this is amazing. The pattern reminds me of the blue Ajax shirt from a few seasons ago. Very much looks like that. I love the colours as well. I just think it's just a sponsor that ruins it for me personally. So that's why it's 3rd on my list. Dom, let's start with you. 8th on your list.
Yeah, not mad keen on it. Obviously, the sponsor's grim. Absolutely grim. I think the colourway is really, really nice, to be fair. And I think, obviously, when Adidas have brought out like the stitching around the logo on a couple of shirts, it didn't really fit with this. It works really, really well because it allows the logo to like pop, and the fact that they've done it with the badge as well is great. But I think the worst possible thing about it was the marketing. In that they'd said that it was. I think a modern interpretation of the Craven Cottage brickwork. And I know this because everyone's favourite kit enthusiast and designer, Jack Henderson, he pointed out that Standard Liège had exactly the same pattern. And what did they know about Craven Cottage? And then someone else had put on that Yokohama Mariners had also got the same pattern as well. So I think just the bullshit that goes with the marketing spiel can put me right off a shirt. Just say, it's a pattern that looks good, and that's about it. But yeah, the sponsor's absolutely grim, and I just can't get over it. But the colourways, quality, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was high up on anybody's list.
Yeah, it's obviously 3rd on mine. 3rd on yours as well, Alex. I know the I think they left it right a couple of days right before the start of the Premier League. They really held on, and they stopped a lot of people doing their sort of ranking list in terms of video on YouTube, I remember. But for you, yeah, it's third on your list, Alex. So what was it you liked so much about the Fulham shirt?
It reminds me, for bringing props, it reminds me of this.
All that, yeah. Yeah, it does, yeah.
I'm a goalkeeper by trade. Back in the day, I love goalkeeper tops. I love tailored by Umbro. Sorry to steal the March and Adidas. The finest football shirts you could ever want to wear. They feel amazing. Just reminded me of that. I looked at it instantly. I thought, I've seen it before, and I love this shirt. I love the series of them. So that's why it's amazing. Like Dom said about nostalgia and taking you back to places. It just went bing, that top, and I love the colourway. Sponsor's terrible apart from that, but it's just a really nice shirt, and I'd be very interested to wear it without the sponsor. But it just took me to that shirt, and I was gone. So yeah, nice.
Yeah. Also, never apologise for bringing props, extra shirts. Never.
Yeah, that was mega.
Do it more. Shirts, the better. The more shirts, the better. Okay, Zekey, we'll come to you on this one. And you had this fifth on your list, so middle of the road. Give us your thoughts on the Fulham shirt, please.
Yeah, as it's already been mentioned, obviously, without the sponsor, this one would be high. But it's one of the worst ones that I've ever even seen. It's just huge. I feel like if it was just the individual W, then it would be okay. But it's just massive. And again, I feel like if the pattern was all over, then I would love it. And if it was sponsorless as well. But then it's almost like a pre-match one, isn't it? So, but yeah, the minty colours, lovely. But yeah, it's almost really nice, and that's what's annoying. Like, why did they think that it was a good idea to have that horrible sponsor on there? I've got no idea.
I agree. I think all they had to do was look at the wool shirts that W88 sponsored a few seasons before. They ruined some really nice shirts for them as well, I remember. They had the one that looked like the Portugal shirt and the one that looked like the Mexico shirt, both ruined by this sponsor. I agree with you, Zeke, in that if you had the W or even just the W88, it changes it. And I think, Luke, I don't know if you agree. I know you had it fifth on your list as well. Do you think, clubs need to take a bit of a stranglehold on how sponsors are seen on their shirt? I mean, there's a whole debate about betting sponsors and stuff like that, and hopefully they do get banned one day. But this just ruins what could have been a really great shirt. Do you agree?
Well, exactly. When I first looked at the sponsor, it took me to Juventus's shirt last season, where they had the 2-tier sponsor. I think, was it 4X Jeep? Was that the sponsor last year? It ruined what was potentially a very nice shirt, and Fulham have done the exact same thing here. Sponsors shouldn't be taking up that much space unless you're in the Mexican league. And they're like, what I'm picturing here is if you had the Pizza Hut sponsor in the mint and navy colorway, that'd be unbelievable. That would throw it well back.
Yeah.
But no, especially it's the colorway that stands out for me. That's why I left it middle of the park. But like everyone else has said, it's the sponsor that ruined it.
Yeah, it seems like that's universally agreed within the panel tonight. So they've come forth. They've managed to get in the Champions League places. 31 points overall. It's the Fulham away shirt. Doing quite well in the Premier League. They've not won it yet. This is why we've not got a picture of it on pitch. It would have been nice to see the full ensemble, but we've not been lucky enough as of yet. Let's move in to number 3 on our list then. And 36 points overall. Let's just see it, shall we? And it's this. It's the Forest Green Rovers away shirt for this season. 36 points overall. 5th on my list. It's better than the home shirt. That's what I will say. I do like it. Obviously, it would have been 5th otherwise. But I know some people really, 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 really do like it. So let's get into their opinions. We'll come to you, Dom, first, just because you had it lowest out of the five of us in sixth place, which is it's not a bad score. But what was it that maybe stopped you having this a little bit higher?
It's just a bit too garish. Plus, I think the similarities across like the home and away shirts for the last couple of seasons, they're not different enough for me. I like the fact that it's retained the original crest colours instead of going like the monochrome pink and black. I think player layer, the manufacturer quality, in that this shirt it's like 50% bamboo. Obviously, a lot of clubs that are sustainable and more conscious about like how things are used will use plastic. So these are one step ahead in that it's 50% bamboo to reduce the plastic that they're using as well. So I think there's a lot of kudos around the club and what they represent. So I think with regards to that, they get plus points all over the gaff. But I think just on this, it's just a bit much for me, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, Alex, like Dom said, it's very similar to the home shirt. Is this? I know the home shirt they've kept for a second season. Is it the same with this shirt? Does anyone know? I know they've kept the home shirt for a second season. I don't know if it was the same with the away. But yeah, I mean, do you give them props, Alex, then for keeping, a similar pattern for the home and away shirt? And what made it good enough for you to put it fourth on your list?
Somebody else might have this sentiment. As I said before, it's pink. It's zebra print. It's kind of like you had me at hello. I just really like it. Should be more pink shirts and there should be more zebra print. It's just I just like it, and I like, as Dom said, I like what Dale Vince is trying to do, and what Forest Green Rovers are trying to do in terms of sustainability and what they feed you on a match day, and everything they do. It's just it's kind of groundbreaking, and I really like it. And the 50% bamboo kit is there again in terms of recyclable, reducing plastic. Just like it. So in terms of, I love the colour and design. I also like what it stands for as well and what they're trying to do. So it elevated it a little bit for me from just being a box standard kind of. It's funny. Somebody else would love the Rotherham shirt probably far more than this, whereas I was the other way around. And in all intents and purposes, it's an animal print garish shirt in a certain colour.
Electrified zebra, they call it.
Why not? Yeah, kind of right.
Yeah.
Not electrocuted zebra. I just like it, and I like, as I say, the sponsor fits in. Like the badge book's the trend in terms of the fact that it's still stayed its original colour, but I just like it. I can't. It's probably in my mind I've got those leanings towards pink shirts and zebra print, which has probably skewed it. So, hands up, personal choice.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Luke, you got it. Bob on, mate. You had it third in your list. That's where it's ended up. It's not the first sort of black pattern on a shirt tonight in the list, but what is it about this one with the pink and the black that you like so much from Forest Green?
Well, first of all, I suppose contrary to a lot of the shirts that we've seen earlier, they actually carried the pattern from the sleeves onto the shirt, and you can see here it's a real masterpiece. As well as that, I like the player layer logo. It's not standing out too much. It's hidden in there, but it's still there. And the zebra design is really, really cool. And as we can see, as we've seen in previous years, you can really mess it up with United jersey. Maybe was it 2-3 years ago, the third shirt? You can really mess up a zebra design. But this one here, I think Forest Green have got it spot on. I think it's really nice. I wouldn't have an issue that the home shirt is pretty much the exact same, just changing the color. Because the pink and black does go really well together. It's, as Dom said, electrified zebra. Is that what they call it? Because it's a really cool looking shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for Jackson for coming in. Apparently, the away shirt last season was white and black, so it actually looked like a zebra print. So yeah, thanks for that, Jackson. We'll finish off with Zeke mainly because this is his number one shirt in this week's list. There we go. Yeah. Zekey, for you, why is this the top of the pile? What was it that stood out so much for you?
Well, just look at it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously the pink is just wow. And then I feel like, so as last season's one was white, but then the previous season it was, I'm not sure what it was then, but the home one, and it all looked like this one. That sort of puts me off a little bit, but I like the design more of this one than the one from 2021, because I've got the home and it's a bit more blocky. But yeah, this one's lovely. It was instantly number one on my list. And it also helps that it is made from bamboo. And the sponsor is, I assume, is going to be quite good as well. And it also looks good. It almost looks like it's a part of the actual pattern, which is nice. But yeah, just really, really, really nice. Really nice.
Photogenic rating for you?
10.
Can't be
Yeah. Does that mean one?
No, this one actually means 10.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Can you see that Dormant shirt from the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
It reminded me of that. I don't know if any of you have that shirt. I don't. I wish I did. But it's been an unbelievable one. Unbelievable, yeah.
So there we go then. Number 3 on our list at 36 points. Every Panda's favourite football shirt. It's the Forest Green Rovers away. Let's move on to number 2. Beating it by 1 single point. Zeke will be mad. Someone else didn't put it at least one place higher to get Forest Green, or one place lower to get Forest Green in number 2. It is this shirt from Bristol Rovers. It's a Bristol Rovers away by another shirt by Macron. Number 2 on my list. I've got it bob on. Yeah, black and teal. What a combination. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything works. But yeah, let's move on to the panel, find out what they thought. Let's start with you, Luke, on this one. You had it second as well, mate. What was it about this shirt from Bristol Rovers that made you place it so high on this list?
I think the tapered sleeves on this are completely underrated. They're massive. I haven't seen Macron do this before, and it really, really looks cool. The mint and kind of black is really cool as well, and the sponsor really fits in too. It's kind of subtle, and the colorway through it is unbelievable. But yeah, those tapered sleeves, I just imagine that shirt and long sleeve now as well. It would look the business. And I'm not a huge kind of Bristol Rovers kind of fan anyway, in terms of shirts or anything. But this one, it has to be a future classic. When you look down the line, you'll have to look back, and this one could be a classic in 10 years' time.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, mate. I won't be able to own it. My stepdad, he's from Bristol, and his family Bristol City fan, so it's not one I could ever wear, unfortunately. But it is very, very nice. I do agree with you there, mate. Let's come to Dom. You had it lowest out of all of us, in 7th place overall. What wasn't quite over in for you with this shirt?
I don't. It's just a bit on the nose, like dark and then like a minty, tealy green. I think the sleeves are absolutely brilliant, as quite rightly pointed out by Luke. It's not often that we get to see that anymore without a broken pattern. So I think that's absolutely quality. I'd love to see that more, and particularly if it was on long sleeved as well. But again, the marketing, it was stated that it was due to, inspired by Bristol's rich graffiti history, but it looks like marble. So I couldn't really make out what the graffiti element was. But yeah, I think, it's just not, I don't know, it's just a bit too monochrome and too trendy for me, that one. I couldn't wear that one out, to be fair. But I'm not at all surprised that it's so high up, because it's eye catching. I bet loads of Bristolians are in love with it. I'm in love with the sleeves, but that's about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Just a couple of things just before we move on. Jackson's coming and saying the sleeves are amazing. I bought the Dundee United home this season in long sleeve for the Macron taping, so it sounds like the long sleeves will carry on with that taping, which is really good. One thing I've just noticed now, I don't know if any of you can see it, the Macron at the back, they've done it in the Bristol Rovers colours, aren't they, there? Which I think is really brilliant. It's got the home sort of paneling that they would have on their home shirt, which I think, and obviously the badge, I think that's really nice. Didn't spot that before. Yeah, okay, we'll move on. Let's go to you, Alex, on this one. You had it 5th on your list, so just sort of middle of the pack. Yeah, what was it you liked maybe that stopped you just placing that a little bit higher?
The only things that stopped me placing it higher was Fulham's shirt likeliness to this, and the fact that I like pink shirts, so forest green was higher. If, as Dom said, if you are going to do kind of a black and one other colour shirt, which is being done a lot, that for me is the way to do it. Just go for it, and I go all in with a colour that stands out from black. I love it's and it's not more graffiti; it's more like an homage to Jackson Pollock than anything else. It's not graffiti; it's just somebody flicking paint at a shirt. I'm intrigued to see if every shirt's the same in terms of the pattern, or is it one of those like Liverpool ones where every shirt came out different? But
it looks the same.
Yeah, the taping's amazing. More shirts need that, harking back to the old, Kappa shirts of the 90s and such like. It's just more and Umbro double diamonds. More shirts need sleeve tape. It's really good feature. But Utilita also sponsor my team, and they've been good at doing things with their sponsorship colour. They seem really good at that, adapting it to suit. So if you're going to do a black and one colour shirt, then that for me is a really good example. So it was one of those. It could have come 3rd, it could have come 5th, but due to my preferences, it came 5th. But I can see why other people put it higher for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. I tend to agree. Zekey will finish off for you on this one. You had it 2nd as well on your list. I think your notes were mentioning the colours of the shirt. So for you, what really struck a chord with this shirt when you came to ranking?
Yeah. So the colourway is like what Norwich's was last season.
Oh yeah.
Even though it didn't end up obviously very well for us, but I just think it just works. It's not too bright, and I like that. Even though it's not graffiti like it is actually meant to be, I like that it's not too much. And then the taping is obviously lovely, and you don't really get that very often now, which is nice. But just it's a really, really nice one, and I don't think the sponsors too much. I actually like the fact that there's a little house on there. But yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And a photogenic rating for this one, if you had to give us one.
Yeah, so I'll go for a 9 for that one.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. So there we go. Number 2 on our list, Bristol Rovers away shirt, managed by, is it Joey Barton, the manager?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so it should go down a little. No, we'll move on. 37 on our list, Bristol Rovers there. So we've come down to it. Number 1 on our list, like I said at the start of the show, 3 points away from a full house, which is no mean feat when it comes to ranking, because obviously it's all about preference, personal opinions. What have we seen tonight? What you don't like, and the sleeves enough for Zekey and stuff like that. It's a whole thing. So to get 47 points is no mean feat, like I say, and it's, I would say, deserving winner. No one had it outside the top 5, so that shows you, or even top 3. So that's even better. Clearly liked by all 5 of us here tonight. Someone who will be happy is classic casual football shirts. They had something to say about our tweet earlier. I'm thinking it would come dead last. That's just thumbnail. That's just clickbait. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What's to reel those Port Vale fans in? And it is the Port Vale away shirt. I mean, yeah. It's just outstanding, isn't it? It's just absolutely outstanding. The Port Vale away shirt, 47 points. Like I say, no one ranked it outside the top 3. The person who had it lowest was Zekey. So we'll start with you, mate. You had it 3rd, which again is still an amazing score. So what is it you love about it, first of all?
So the design is just awesome. I don't think I've ever seen another one that has something that is like that. Obviously, it's quite hard to be unique when it's likely that you're going to be copying in one way or another. But I don't think this is at all. And yeah, it's just really nice. I think the only thing that let it down personally was the sponsor, but it's not awful either. I don't really know what it is, but I feel like without it, it would look really, really nice, and also long sleeves as well would just be awesome. But yeah, a really, really good effort.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Dom, you just missed off top spot for you. I'm guessing you've done some research. I did a little bit myself, so I won't say anything if you've done yours. I'll let you come in with it, mate. I won't take it away from you.
Yes. So this it was
I do that sometimes. Gosh, and I can tell he's inside. He's screaming internally when I do it. I ain't gonna do it to you, mate. So second overall. I mean, again, it's a really good shirt, really nice shirt. So for you, what was it that stood out so much for it? Why do you like it? And what maybe just stopped it from getting number 1?
Well, I think as with Wigan and Rotherham, this would be the hat trick of nostalgia for me, and the best of the 3 that would hark back to a particular shirt. This being in reference to the 1992-93 shirt, which the likes of Robbie Williams will look back at fondly. Not least of all, because if you could see the sponsor that they had then, if that was applied to this now, for me, it's one of the all-time greatest sponsors. Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, look at that. It's delightful. It's joyous as a sponsor. I don't know what it is.
Did you really think I wasn't going to get a picture up of this?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think the graphic itself, I think it's reference enough to this actual shirt, but it's vastly different. And like Zekey says, it's not that similar to anything that we've seen previously. So I think that's a perfect adaptation of an old shirt, for which obviously harking back to the early 90s is always the best way to go for me. I know it's a bit of a wash and repeat, but I think I'm still enraptured by it. So yeah, I think for me it had to come high. It was only second to Forest in that I just had a bit more love for the actual design of the Forest sleeves and paneling down the side. But it's brilliant, and I think the sponsor doesn't ruin it. The colorways quality as well. It looks a bit like a Jack Frost type shirt, like Broken Ice. That'd be great for a photograph against some shattered glass, I'd imagine. But I think it's brilliant, and I'm not at all surprised that it's number 1. I was hoping that it would be, given that I didn't think, although Forest was my number 1, it would be anybody else's. Yeah,
no, mate, I spot on with everything you say there. Obviously, looking at it and looking at the new version, I like on this one the sort of white little bit of the cuff and the white bit around breaks up. Does anyone think collar may have added a little bit more to the new one, or do you think it's perfect as a round neck? anyone likes to have seen a collar on it, maybe.
I think that the match on the collar and cuffs on this is more than good enough. The fact that the original collar didn't have the white cuffs means that this has its own like standalone feature, which a collar did then. And I think it's an absolute buzz that the goalkeeper kit is just the same, but in a different colorway. And as Al will love, the fact that it's a garish, like really properly GK garish colorway is brilliant. I'm glad they use the same pattern.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Alex, you had it number 1, similar to me. Why for you was this the best shirt of the 10 that we sent out to you?
Like Dom, I saw that and instantly thought, because I remember, I'll never forget the Kalamazoo shirt just because of the sponsor, and I just thought straight away, I know where that's from. I also have I think blue and orange is a combination that is not used enough. I love blue and orange, so to see that is just a joy. I love blue. I've loved blue and orange shirts ever since kind of early 90s Luton Town stuff, like the Umbro Luton Town stuff. Blue, orange, white is just a combination that I just really like. So this is just a joy, and the crazy pattern needs those cuffs and collar just to kind of stop it dead. I, in my little OCD mind, I kind of like. I like primary colours. I like shapes that generally usually aren't mad. So when they are mad, I need something to cut it off and stop them to retain some order. So that does it for me. Sorry to go too deep into my psyche, but also, if you look at the series of the kits they've done, they've tailored the colour of the sponsor and the Araya logo to each other. So the home, away, and third, and the keeper shirts. So they tie in with the Port Vale badge, and I think on the keeper's on one of the home shirt where they've done black logos. So that ties in with the keeper shirt with the orange. On the home shirt, it's a black and white sponsor, black Araya, and a black and white badge. So it all a lot of thought and props to the sponsor for getting involved and saying, you know what, whatever you do that. And I have to just point. I've been dying to make this point ever since I saw this shirt. I have, and apologies to any fans of this particular team, a massive problem with Harrogate Town, just because they have some stunning shirts that I think it's New Balance still that do, with beautiful like twin black tram lines that are like really retro. And then the guy who owns the team owns Strata Homes, the sponsor, and he's just said, I don't care about your aesthetics. This is my logo, and you're having it. And it's bright red, a massive square. Just a Strata, and it makes like the Dortmund 1-1 look tasteful, because at least they put a massive block in the right colour. So this, when a sponsor gets involved and says, you know what, you can whatever you want to do to fit, great, and then the manufacturer says, whatever, we'll tailor it all into fit as well. Just think it's an amazing shirt, and then as I say, with a little trim on the shorts, all tying together. Just for a just as I saw it, I just thought, that's a complete winner. So sorry to go on about it, but I've really was enthused for many reasons by it. So I would buy it. I genuinely would buy it as just the fact I like it that much. So I might end up buying one.
Stop apologising for giving opinions. This is what we want for you. We want people to show that love, that whole, getting infused about a shirt. It's not even your team, is it? You know what I mean? And that shows you the love you have for football shirts. When a shirt that a team you don't have any association with, I certainly don't, can evoke such, feelings and nostalgia and everything like that. It's the reason why we all spend far too much money on bits of cloth and bits of material, I guess. We'll finish off with you, Luke. Number 1 again for you. I mean, it was definitely the best of the 10, wasn't it, mate?
Definitely. It was the first time I seen it was just a winner. It's unbelievable. I think, to touch on what Al said with the orange and the blue, that really does work well together. I think the design as well, I don't know what it is, but I just thought of the Soviet Union 1990 jersey. I don't know why it has that kind of quirky design to it. It's not the exact same, but it's just pure 90s, isn't it? You've every brand almost mashed up into that design there, and it's it's a 90 summed into a jersey. But the white cuffs, the white collar, everything, I definitely buy it myself. And it is and it's topped off with the shorts. They were seen in the last picture there. The shorts actually carry that design onto the bottom of them, so it's a definite winner for me.
Yeah,
if you see it down the bottom there, they're just the business.
Yeah, I agree. So there we go then. Who Kalamazoo, Port Vale came 1, not 2. I'm sorry. Thought that just a minute ago. I better say it, otherwise I'll kick myself if I don't. So there we go. Yeah, number 1 on our list, a Port Vale away shirt from this season. 47 points overall. Narrowly missing out on a full house. I think we've only had 1, and that was in season or series 1. But yeah, there we go. I think it's deserving to be top of the list. Like I say, yeah, honorable mention for the goalie shirt as well, because that's just absolutely stunning. Really, really, really nice. I will do my due diligence and show everyone's scores, just so you know I'm not cheating. I'm just placing shirts wherever I want them. This is why I ask for people to send them so early, just so I don't have to spend all day messing around on Excel. But yeah, there we go. That is this week's show. All done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the show. I think we've had a great list and a great panel with some great opinions on all the shirts. Yeah, Dom, thank you very much, mate, for being here and our new regular ranker. I think you'll agree it's been a great show.
Yeah, 100%. And although obviously I'd love to have Josh and Sean on here, the fact that they're not been able to allows us to have 3 amazing guests as well. So yeah, got to take the positives. Yeah,
absolutely, mate. Anything you're up to? Anything you want to shout out or anything, or tell people where it is they can find you?
You can find me mainly on Twitter. I do little bits on Instagram, but not a great deal. Not enough, anyway. But yeah, if it's changing sponsors on shirts, if you want to see a Port Vale kit with a Kalamazoo shirt on, give me a nod and I'll knock something up. If you want a Forest shirt in Norwich colours, Zekey, I've got you covered. But yeah, just interacting with the community and obviously making sure that people are all right, as many people have done for me as well. So having that safe space that is away from all of the shit that everyone's got going on. It's nice to have that community. So yeah, always just enjoying that and looking forward to being on here every week as well.
Yeah, we feel the exact same way, mate. So yeah, thank you again. And I think we're definitely going to have to see that Port Vale shirt with a Kalamazoo sponsor on, mate. I think you have to get that over to us as soon as you can.
I'll put the Wigan shirt on, and I'll put the other shirt on as well, just so you can see what they are in reference to.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Head to the Talking Kit Twitter. We'll put them on there. And yeah, we'll share them for everyone to see. Zekey, thank you so much, my friend, for finally coming on the channel. It's been a pleasure to speak and talk kit with you. Yeah, where can people find you on the internet and stuff?
So I am on Twitter as Knock 'em Downs, and on Instagram as Fresh Shirts UK. I'm on there lots. So you can. There's all sorts of stuff going on there. So but yeah, doing photo shoots or just normal photography
modeling
stuff.
You're doing modeling now as well. You're getting into that game.
He's doing album covers, the lot, washing controversies.
Yeah, I'm not really as into the washing nowadays.
As I remember when I first came across Zekey's profile, and it was basically like Mrs. Hinch, that woman who goes around cleaning. It was like, now this is what you want to do with your shirts. This is to wash. And now he's completely bucked the trend. He's like, yeah, just fucking bung it all in a auto wash. If it comes off, it comes off.
Yeah, well, it was. I was literally getting loads of messages all the time, like, how do you do this? How do you do this? And I was like, I mean, I could probably tell you, but I mean, it's not that hard, so you could maybe work it out. But no, and yeah, but I just want now just to focus on the actual things rather than watching them.
Of course. Also, I'm really annoyed I didn't get a chance to enter that raffle tonight, mate. I was obviously just finishing off bits up for this. That Barca shirt. Yes, I was fuming.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to do it again in the morning. So the winner chose the Norway one, which is lovely. But yeah, I am going to do it again in the morning with the other three. So if you want in, then yeah, you can join in.
I'll get at you. I will get at you, sir. Most definitely. Again, thank you so much for coming on, mate. It's been a real pleasure.
It's been really good.
Cool. Alex, again, someone new to the channel, and hopefully it's not the last time we see you on not only this show but all the shows that we do on the channel. But yeah, thank you so much, mate. And where can people find you in the internet sphere?
I'm probably the reverse of Dom. I'm generally probably more on Instagram than I am on Twitter, because generally sometimes it's amazing. I can put something on Twitter and like nobody reacts to it. So sometimes I just think, oh, I'll sod you, I'll go back then. So yeah, I'll show shirts, either one. Just generally displaying a shirt I may have bought or I own, and usually a bit of background to it or an interesting fact or two, and generally my love of the word jacquard. That's kind of it. But just loving shit. Like Dom said, it's a great place with great people, and just the knowledge that you can share and get. The people that have more knowledge about shirts and the little fingers than I do in my entire mind. It's just great. There's so many people with so many specialist bits of knowledge that you can tap into, and nobody ever then puts you down. If you don't know it, it ain't your fault. People are always happy to pass on those little tips and things, because we're all doing it for the right reasons. So I've loved it, and getting involved with more things like this. I'm really happy to come on. Genuinely grateful for the invitation, and if you have me back for something else, I'll be delighted to appear. So thank you.
Yeah, I'll when we go off air, I'll mention something. We've got something coming up I want everyone involved in. So yeah, thank you again, mate, so much for coming on. Luke, tell us about kit launch. Where can people find you, and why are you so amazing? That's what I want to know now.
So basically, you can find me anywhere really. Instagram, it's kit launch. Twitter is kit_launch. It should come up anyways. And the website is kitlaunchcork.com, but you could just type kit launch into Google. That's where you can find me. Generally, there's normally about 400, 500 shirts up on the website. That's why I have a massive rail behind me here that you can so obviously see. But yeah, I enjoy putting up good content, trying to trial with new stuff. I was onto Zekey this morning trialing the algorithm. It's something that's messing us all up at the moment on Instagram. But yeah, just having fun, messing around with a few photos, and love engaging with the community. It was great coming onto this. It was a great opportunity to chat with yourselves in person for the first time ever. So really grateful for this, and looking forward to doing more stuff in the future. Thanks very much, guys.
Amazing. Yeah. Everyone's links are in the description below, so make sure you go and following them. Because again, this channel started out with three idiots wanting to talk about their experiences with football shirts, and I'm quickly realizing I don't want it to be about me. I know very little. I just like shirts, and what I want to do is get people on like this who know more, who are better collectors than me, and just give them that platform to come and speak, because we all love football shirts for very different reasons, and it's always nice to be in the same, I say room, it is a kind of a room, same room as people who have that same love and passion for you. So that's what Talking Kit is all about. It's about the community, and I want everyone to realize that's the channel that it is. It's the channel for the community, and I want everyone, whether you've got one shirt or 1,000 shirts, to be able to come on here and talk kit. That's what we are all about. Well, if it's your first time talking kit and you are new to the channel, make sure you smash a like on the video. You don't realize, like Luke alluded to, you don't know how much a like can help with the algorithm being spotted and helping the channel grow. Like I say, we've just reached 300 subscribers. So yeah, we're trying to grow as quickly as possible, because we do feel we are giving you some great football kit content. But we'll be back next week with another full kit rankers. We are going to go straight up until the World Cup. I think we'll have a break for the World Cup, let everyone enjoy that without having to sit in a room with me and four other people. You can just enjoy the World Cup. But yeah, that's it from us. We'll be back next week, like I say. Do look out for some new content coming soon. All will be revealed very, very soon on that. And yeah, we will see you next week. But as always, you just have to make sure that you keep talking kit.